There's always a man, there's always a city, there's always a lighthouse.
Now would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a...
Let's go out to play, Daddy.
Go back to the Sodom from which you came!
It's time to finish this.
Catch!
That'll do. Elizabeth!
Now, let's change gears. We're going to put the Pokemon aside because today, a new Overwatch character was announced. Yes. Rumored for months as some sort of sniper person. Ana was revealed today, and we are going to go through her abilities. We're going to talk about the trailer, break it down. I got to play her a little bit earlier today, and we're going to go for it. But first, let's talk about initial impressions. Ana, she looked cool. What do you guys think?
Anytime you have another support class, as someone who mains Mercy, like support is my favorite way to play, and giving you another option to be a healer, and a healer in a really, I think, unique way. Like, I think it's really exciting. It seems much more difficult, but I'm kind of excited by the challenge of, because I'm not a great damage dealing sniper, but to be able to be a healing sniper, like, I think that seems like a lot of fun.
I was just playing on a public test realm right now, and it was like a 7,000 person queue to get in. So like it only took me like half an hour.
And all the matches are all 5 Annas versus 5 Annas.
I was gonna say yes. On the 2 matches that I played just before coming in here, like my team was all Annas, and the other team was actually taking it seriously.
And they were
handing
it to you.
Yeah, they were just handing it to us, right? And it didn't feel like it was supposed to be that way. I would assume everyone right now, because it's just come out,
Just want to try it out.
just want to try it, Ana, right? But no, like those guys weren't. What I like about her is, her healing shots and her damaging shots are basically the same thing. Like, you don't have to switch a weapon, you don't have to switch, like you don't have to go into an alt fire mode.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of like you. I'm not a great sniper. But I think, if you're shooting and you just happen to accidentally shoot one of your, your teammates, it's still a benefit, right? You don't always need to try, go for that, super accurate shot at an opponent. If you're in there and you're in the fray, you can sort of do it. But have you played it yet?
Yes. So Tay and I were just live streaming it earlier, and so I got to play as Ana a bunch. And it's an interesting sensation to get your head around because you're a sniper, but everyone is a target, not just enemies.
Yeah.
Obviously, your eye is going to look for the red outlines. You want to be doing damage, and the way she does damage is, the shot hits, and then there's a little bit of damage over time. So it's like the main hit, you get those little ticks that indicate you're doing some sort of sustained damage.
Is the healing also healing over time?
Yes, the healing shots are the same way. You hit your ally, and it'll heal, and then heal a little bit more, and then that's it. But training yourself to look for your allies and to try to shoot them, and maybe even shoot them first, took me some adjustment, and it will probably only take a few matches for you to do it. But it's a strange sensation. You're targeting equally with the same ability, allies and enemies. With Zenyatta, for example, you're shooting at enemies, but you're also Discord and Harmony. You're targeting both. Like this kind of switching your mindset between targets was really interesting and pretty cool.
I know it's early days, but do you feel you have to be closer to the action playing Ana than you would be with another sniper class?
Well, when you're playing 5 Annas, someone needs to push the pig. But I do think that you do have to be a little closer. Her mobility, she does not have a mobility move.
Yeah.
So it seems really weird for a sniper.
There's no clamber like Hanzo. There's no grapple like Widowmaker. So she's got to walk up the stairs to the balcony like anybody else. Or, have May give her a boost on the wall. So I do feel like I tend to be with the team a little more.
Yeah.
That's also because, quite frankly, it's easier to blast your teammates with a healing burst when they're pretty close to you.
And it seems like her other abilities sort of force you to be a bit closer, right? Like her sleep dart and that grenade that she throws as well.
So let's talk about the grenade.
Yeah.
This is she throws it in a fairly straight line. It's and it covers quite a bit of distance. So it's not there's not as much arc on it. It's something that you can definitely project onto someone from a while away. It almost feels like Pharah's sort of like move back burst attack thing. That grenade bursts and does an area effect. If an enemy's caught in it,
Which is quite small, though, right?
it's pretty small. You usually want to go for a direct hit. The effect on an enemy is they get this like purple outline around their health bar, and they cannot be healed. Any healing to them stops. So you see in the trailer, it interrupts a Roadhog. If a Mercy or Lucio's around, they're not getting healed. Also, it does a little bit of damage over time, which, while if it's on someone like a diva, it's not really going to move the needle much. But if you have like landed a shot or two on a support or someone of lower health, and you tag them with that grenade, you can kill them outright.
So that grenade is an area effect, right?
Yeah, it explodes in an area. It doesn't have to hit necessarily. Like I can hit the ground in front of you, and it'll do an area.
But it will only affect one character or everyone within that radius?
I think that it will affect everyone within that radius.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's enemies and allies alike, because it also does healing. Not only will it heal ally and your allies, but it will also temporarily increase any healing that's being done to them.
Yeah.
So it's definitely helps increase ally survivability on a push. Also, your own survivability. If you're running away, you can kind of use it like Torbjorn's armor when you throw that down in a panic to like re-up yourself. So those two, the grenade and the gun, work both on allies and enemies. And then, as you mentioned, Randy, the sleep dart, which is a tricky one because it knocks you out and you watch them fall on their back. And actually, I think we're going to try to get together a compilation of sleeping heroes because Zenyatta, for example, when he's sleeping, his legs are just all the way out. Like he's sprawled out on the ground. And Diva, when you put her to sleep, you just put her mech to sleep, and so she's inside the mech, like super frustrated that it won't move, like making this real pouty face and like jamming at the controls. But this is not like Reinhardt's Earth Shatter, which knocks you down for a set amount of time. If you put someone to sleep and then you shoot them, they wake up immediately.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't figure out in my two games, because it seemed like sometimes they'd stay down for a while, sometimes they'd get up straight away, and I didn't know whether it was a time thing or a damage thing. But is it just as soon as you get hit?
Yes.
You wake up. Doesn't matter the damage, right?
Doesn't matter the damage. You could go over and punch them in the face for a paltry amount of damage to wake them up, which is kind of a funny troll move now that I think about it.
So it's more an escape maneuver as opposed to an offensive maneuver then, right?
It's an escape maneuver. Yeah. It's also a shutdown the ult maneuver. I put a Reaper to sleep while he was death blossoming.
Cool.
But there's a caveat there, because Tay put a Genji to sleep who had just activated his Dragon Blade. When Genji woke up, the Dragon Blade was in full effect.
Oh, okay.
So that meter was on pause. So you can't really like burn someone's ult off in that way. But it's also great for like just holding someone off on a charge, like say, a tank is coming in to support or a healer or something. That's a great way to sort of crowd control. And finally, her ult. And this is the one that has a potential, I think, to do a lot of weird combos, because what you do is once it's available, all your allies that you see will have a Q over them, like Zarya's projected barrier. You don't have to aim it at someone specifically. You just have to tap the button when the reticle's over them, and it charges. It increases the damage they do, decreases the damage they take, and increases their movement speed. So you can imagine what that does to a Reinhardt charging onto a point, right? And they show that in the trailer. Think about what that does for a Mei. Mei is all of a sudden taking a lot of damage, no problem, spraying everybody, moving around real quick. She can it really increases how disruptive she can be, because as we all know, getting hosed by a Mei is a very unpleasant experience. Now imagine she's like scurrying around at juiced up speeds doing that to your whole team. Maybe she's not freezing anyone in particular, but she's still wreaking havoc. So who else? I mean, who else would be good on that? We saw a Zenyatta do that, and all of a sudden Zenyatta, who was recently buffed to have a little bit more shields, is a little tougher, and he's slinging these, his Discord orbs and shredding people up.
Like in the two matches I played, it was mainly using a Reinhardt. So you could immediately see this Reinhardt was just going nuts. He was just going right in the middle of everything and just trying to go crazy. Once he did, charge straight off a cliff, so that was fun. And also like Winston as well, right? I mean, like a supercharged Winston using his ult, moving around at even faster speed. I think could be super dangerous as well. But yeah, you're right. It opens up a lot of possibilities for the those huge combos.
And even when they're charging, you can still be shooting them. They're still taking damage, but if you're shooting them, then you're healing them each time. You can hit them with your grenade to keep them healed.
Yep.
So that it feels like there's more of a like a chaining effect possible, which is kind of just unique from other heroes to the way they support. So it definitely feels distinct. And
she's a very unique character, right? Like her moveset. So, and I think it'll take a while for people to actually figure out the best use case for her. But right now, like I don't think I'd be using her though, just because it's still. I think she's still a fairly high skill character,
definitely,
in order to utilize properly. So I know you're a healer.
Well, and she's still fairly new in the game. Like you guys haven't had a chance to put together a real team because everybody just wants to try her out. Do you feel like her abilities might be a little overpowered? Like reading about it, it seemed like whoa, that's a lot.
Everybody says that though. Like anytime a new character is introduced to a game like this, people automatically sort of assume, oh, this new character is so OP.
Yeah.
And it takes the community a little while to actually figure out, like all the best strategies
all
to
the
combat
counters
that.
and stuff. I mean, a Reaper got up next to me. Like it's over. It's not a problem, So I do think the squishy support nature of her character will help counterbalance that.
Less mobility.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mobility seems like it really keeps her in check.
Yeah. If you folks want to try Anna out for yourself and you've got Overwatch on the PC, all you got to do is go change your region setting in Battle.net to PTR. You'll see it right there. And then do the install it prompts you to do, and you'll be able to get in there, try out the new hero for yourself, and see what you think. Be sure to let us know on Twitter and in the comments what you think of Anna, new Overwatch hero.